Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Metal Gear Mondays as we're playing Metal Gear Solid, the board game from CMON Games. Today's first episode has us at the holding cells in the immediate aftermath of the DARPA Chief's death. First up, let's set the scene for this encounter. Snake had no idea what he had just witnessed. His only hope for insight was to call Campbell and Naomi, but they had no idea either. In a brief, hushed conversation, Campbell claimed he had no access to the mission files, despite overseeing the operation. Ridiculous, Snake thought as he cut off the codec. Excuse me. But I won't get any answers right now. I need to focus on the mission first. Answers will come later. With the DARPA chief dead, there was nothing that could be done now but to find Baker. As Snake was leaving the cell, he spotted a guard tucked under the cot in a neighboring cell. The man was unconscious, wearing only his underwear. Before Snake could process what was happening, the muzzle of a rifle pressed against the side of his face. "Liquid?" the woman asked. "No." Snake could sense the hesitation in her voice. It was clear that whoever this was, she was no soldier. She could hide her face behind a balaclava, but her hands were trembling. A rookie, Snake thought. But before he could do anything else, the sound of footsteps came from the hall, approaching quickly. The security doors sprung open, and guards began streaming into the cell block, guns at the ready. The girl's gun whipped away from Snake, aimed at the guards, but she stood stock still, frozen. "What are you doing, rookie?" Snake asked. "Don't think, shoot!" Well, we're going to be doing some of that today, but first, we get to meet our new ally, Meryl Silverberg. We'll tell a little bit of her story. Hard work, discipline, and dedication to your training is the key to the future as a soldier. That's what I used to believe anyways. Meryl always dreamed of becoming a soldier to follow in her father's footsteps. Born and raised in a military family, Meryl trained herself mentally and physically from an early age. Despite her small frame, she always pushed herself beyond the expectation of her commanders, devoting herself to the soldier life. Regarded as strong and bold, she was soon recruited by Foxhound, the organization she had always dreamed of being a part of. She was deployed to Shadow Moses Island on the day of the terrorist uprising that would be known as the Shadow Moses Incident. Her actions are very similar to Snake's, but her special action for two actions is she's adjacent to a knocked out or dead guard, and her alert token is not on the map. She can replace her figure with the disguised Meryl figure, and the disguised Meryl figure is the one we're using to start the scenario, because that's how she comes into the game, is she comes in disguised. Her special abilities are I'm no rookie. Once per round when attacking, if you roll an unmodified 6, you may deal +1 damage of the same type, and I can still help. Players within 2 spaces may use your focus tokens regardless of line of sight. So I'm actually going to get Meryl's undisguised figure as well. Let's see, that's Otacon, here's Meryl. So that's what she'll look like on the mini when she goes on the map undisguised. Okay, and our goals here, we've got event A and B down here, then we've got event C, that's another objective over here. So to clear this mission, we either need to kill 12 guards here in the holding cells or reach objective C over here and then get back to the exit. So, with that in mind, I'm going to see how this works with multiple, what's the word I want? Characters in play. So the question I have is, do I need to resolve everybody's... So if I started... So say I start with Snake's turn. First up, do I have to... I'm trying to figure out if I have to finish up his actions completely before I go to Meryl, or vice versa. The campaign book isn't telling me that. Let me see if the rule book does. Player count, character selection. Okay. Still not telling me that. Round structure, players must completely resolve their turn but perform all their actions before the next player begins. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. So, now that we've got that all sorted out, let's bring the dice tower in shot, because we're going to be taking Snake's advice, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this down. We'll put it there for the time being. Since this zone isn't active yet with nobody there, we are only worried about here for the time being. Right. Yes. Okay, so this is our only active area, which means I think Snake, well, again, we're going to take Snake's advice. We're going to start off by using his 45 to take a shot. So we need to, is it meet or beat their defense to do damage? Is it meet? Does meet work, or do we need to beat it? I believe it's beat their defense. Let's see. I'm double checking how the attack works. Resolved with dice. Equal to or greater than the defense. Okay. And the 45 caliber is loud, but we already have our alert tokens on the map. So Snake's going to aim at this guard first. Their defense is a 3, which that's a 4, so that'll be 1 hit on the guard. Action 2, he will run it back. 4, this guard goes toodaloo. We'll actually bring these tokens over here. Action 3, he's going to take a shot at this guard. That's a 6. That'll be 1 damage. Unfortunately, Snake's special ability of sneak attack doesn't kick in because he's not behind the target in the same row or column. He's also not in the same row to begin with. Action 4, he'll run it back. That's a 4. This guard's off the map as well. So that's a second guard up there. And that's Snake's turn done. Meryl now is going to attack for action 1 using her 50 cal. That's a 2, so that won't work. Action 2, she'll run the attack back. That's a 1. Our alert token's already on the map. Action 3, she'll try again. That's a 5, so that's 1 damage. Action 4, 1 more time. That's a 4. That guard's off the map as well. So we've got 3 of 12 already if we want to try to get out that way. We'll bring the dice tower out of shot for the time being. And as long as the holding cells are active, we'll resolve a guard spawn. So where does the guard spawn? Guard spawns right here. So we resolved that before we even get to the guard card. So our first guard order card. Guard's wakey wakey, camera changes, then guard moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to try to break out here. Action tokens come back. Let's see. Snake. What are we going to do here, actually? You know what? We're going to have Meryl dash twice. She's going to move 1, 2, 1, 2. And then she's going to dash over here. And she's going to take a shot at this guard. Oop. I was using Snake's action tokens when I should have been using Meryl's. So she dashed, and she's going to use her 50 cal. That's a 4, so that's 1 damage. And then Snake, let's see, 1, 2, dash, dash, and then dash to the corner. And Meryl will duck down. So yeah, we'll do that. Snake will duck down, or Meryl will duck down so Snake can take a shot. We're going to try to get out of here. So that's a shot with Snake. And that's a 1. So unfortunately... Right. So unfortunately, Snake misses. We'll resolve a guard, and then we'll draw. If there are 3 guards dead, nothing happens there. Camera doesn't change, and then guards activate. So this guard will activate, take a shot at Meryl first. Meryl's got a defense of a 3. Which, that's 2 damage on Meryl. That could be a problem. Guard will move 1, 2, 3. Turning. And he'll take a shot at... He should take a shot at Meryl, thematically, but I'm going to have him take a shot at Snake instead. Thematically, I'm going to justify that thematically by saying Meryl's still a little bit shaky. Snake will take a hit. And maybe she's afraid of having people pointed at her. Maybe this is kind of the point. This is kind of the point in the story where Meryl starts to realize. I'm just pushing one of my DVDs back, by the way. This is kind of the point of the story where Meryl starts to realize, hey, wait a second, these people aren't targets. This is actually really happening. So I think this is the point, like I said, where Meryl is starting to realize everything's going on. And I've got to remember, we've got focus tokens that we can use here as well. So Meryl will start off using her handgun again on the guard she hit earlier. That's a 5, so that guard's off the map, and that's 4 of 12. Action 2. She will use the assault rifle this time. She'll use her FAMAS. And I need a second die for that. That's a 2 and a 3, so that's 1 damage. And then she's going to move. Or is she going to move? There's her FAMAS. She's going to take a shot with the 50 cal again. That's a 3, so that guard's off the map. Which brings us over to 5 of 12. And then she'll dash. Snake is going to dash 1, 2. He's going to dash twice, get to event A, which will be our first cutscene. So we've got a cutscene there. Cutscene A. Strange images intruded into Snake's mind as he hurried down the corridor. It felt as if he was transported into another room. He could make out 3 men in an unfamiliar room, discussing something over the massive circular device with the DARPA Chief's slumped body bound to it. "You fool! You killed him! Now we'll never get the detonation code." A familiar voice echoed from within the vision. "Boss, I have an idea," said a raspy, muffled voice. The images began to fade from Snake's mind, and he found himself back in the corridor. Return to the mission. And then Snake... Let's see, he was here. Actually... No, that's his alert token. Never mind. Alright, so dash, dash. He's going to dash again, get cutscene B. That's what event B is. Cutscene 3B. A black figure donning a gas mask now hovered before Snake. "Good girl. Just like that," Snake heard them through the mask. The vision drifted upward towards the ceiling and phased through it, vanishing from Snake's sight. And this turns into a codec mission. "Naomi," or codec transmission. "Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination." It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. So that was Mantis. And back to the mission. So Snake dashed 3 times. He's going to dash 1 more to get over here. He's going to sneak 1 more time to get over there. And I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to do it that way. So Meryl can theoretically 1, 2, 3. And Snake can go, and one of us can go interact with the elevator token so we can get down to the next level. We resolve a guard, and then we'll draw a guard order card. We will find guards radio in, so we get another one on the map right away. Then guards move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, turning left, yeah, 4. And then he'll attack Snake. Snake's got a defense of 3. 1 damage to Snake. Then the other guard is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning left. And also attacking Snake. This could be bad. Actually, is that an anytime? Oh, that's an action. Oh. That's an action to discard that. So Snake actually takes 2 damage here. And that actually defeats him. So with that in mind, game ends when any player is killed in action. So that scenario kind of came to a rough end. And since we're fairly early into this scenario, I'll go ahead and reset this and we'll try again. So I'm going to put the stream into intermission. Actually, I put it into be right back while I reset. Alright, we're going to try that again, and this time I'm actually going to remember to pay attention to my focus tokens, because we've got we've got Meryl's focus tokens as well. We can use 1 to get an extra white die, 1 to give her another action, +2 to a roll, ±1. I'll take all of our health off of both Meryl and Snake. Alright, so let's try that again. Meryl will start us off. We might just actually fight here and wait for the 12 guards. So we'll start off with a handgun with the 450 cal, and Meryl will aim at this guard. That's a 2, which we'll use the plus or minus to make that a 3 and put a hit on this guard. Action 2, we'll run that back. That's a 5, so that'll take him out and be our first kill. Action 3, she will run that back on this guard. That's a nat 6. So she'll use her I'm no rookie to deal +1 damage and take that guard, just take him out. Then action 4, she will run that back. Using the assault rifle. That's a 5 and a 1, so we do 1 damage. Then she's going to use her focus token to give her an extra action, and she's going to dash up. Actually, she's going to dash. Yeah, she's going to dash up. Then over to Snake's turn, he's going to use his 45 cal to put a hit on the to try to put a hit on the guard. That's a 1. We'll spend his +2 to make that a 3, which will take this guard out. Then he's going to look at the dice tower. Actually, we'll put that over on this area for the time being. Hold on. There we go. The tower wasn't sitting quite right, so that area isn't active for the time being. Snake has 3 actions left, though. He's going to sneak up here just to get out of line of sight. Then we'll spawn a guard, and our first guard order card. Guards radio in, so we get another one. Camera doesn't change, then moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he'll end up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, and we've got A and B active again. We've got our cutscenes. So now the question I want to answer is, if we're going to kill the guards, do we want to make them come to us? Is that going to be our focus here? Are we going to try to kill our way out? Yes, I think we are going to try to kill our way out this time. So Meryl is going to go action 1, action 2. She'll dash twice. And then 3, 4, she's going to refresh her +1 action. Snake is going to dash once, sneak. That's so we can get in there. So dash once, sneak. He'll refresh his +2. And I don't think there's really anything else I need to do right now. There are no players within 2 spaces. You may plus or minus 1. We'll forfeit the 4th action. And then that is resolve an additional radio. Okay, so resolve an additional guard's radio in. Okay, there's no limit on that. Anybody within 2 spaces, their interact token goes on the map. Guards are moving 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, turning toward the chaos. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, they would be moving 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, back to us. Question is, do we want to step out and shoot? And I think the answer to that is going to be yes. So Snake is going to sneak 1. He only needs to move 1 space. Then he'll use the 45 cal. He'll use the 45 on this guard. A natural 6 will do 1 damage. Then action 2, he'll run it back. A 5 will take him out. That'll bring us up to 4 of 12 guards killed there. Then he'll use this focus token to move back a space. And he will refresh it. Then Meryl is going to step out 1, shoot with the, she'll sneak 1, she's going to shoot with the handgun for 2. Actually, give me that 5. That's a 3, which is good enough for defense. That'll do 1 damage. Action 3, she'll run it back with a handgun. That's a 4, that'll take out the guard. And then action 4, she is going to dash back. She's going to dash over here. Then we get a guard for the guard order phase. Next card up. Guards wakey wakey. Camera changes. Guards move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fortunately, he can't see anything right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving into the chaos. Okay. Refreshing all of our actions here. Meryl is going to use the 50 cal to shoot at the guard. That's a 2, which I could modify that to a 4 and do a damage, but I'm not going to worry about that. Action 2 will run it back. That's a 5, so that'll do 1 damage. Action 3, she'll shoot again. That's a 5, that'll take out that guard, so we're up to 5 of 12. Guard's dead. Action 4, she'll refresh her plus or minus 1. As for Snake, let's see. As for Snake, what are we doing? We're going to dash for actions 1 and 2. So 1, actually we're going to sneak for 2. So dash 1, sneak 2. This will make his I work alone kick in, because Meryl's 3 spaces away from him. So he will attack. That's a once per round, though. That's a 4, which I don't need, so we'll put a damage on the guard. Then action 4, we'll run it back. That's a 1, which I'll use as +2 to make that a 3 and take out the guard. So we're halfway home. Then I will use his ability to move to pull him back toward the room. Then we'll put a guard on the map and guard order. Guard's wakey wakey, camera changes, but that's not relevant, and we're moving 6 spaces. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that brings actions back. Alrighty then. Well, action 1, Snake's going to sneak. Action 2, he's going to use the 45 cal to shoot the guard. That's a 4, so that's 1 damage. Action 3, he'll run it back. Toodaloo to the guard, that brings us up to 7 of 12. Action 4, he's going to dash. He's going to dash forward or back? He's going to dash back. Then for Meryl, can we get her into the opposite side? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, we can. And the reason I'm going to separate them is so Snake's I work alone will always be active in theory. So that's going to go 1, leapfrog 2, 2, 2, and 2. This way we achieve the same hidden result. And Snake's I work alone will always be active. Next guard order card is I've already resolved the radio in. Okay, that's not relevant to this scenario. Guard's camera changes. And guard is moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I think if we just get ourselves situated here. Actually, yeah. I was looking at the disguised Meryl figure, but we're going to stick with the figure I've got on there already, because that's how Meryl comes into the game, if you remember Metal Gear Solid, the video game. So I guess while I'm thinking about what I want to do, I will say that so far, in my side-by-side playthrough, the board game has been very faithful to the video game. So far anyway. I'm actually past this part. I'm at the next stage, which we'll talk about after the scenario is over. I'm probably going to fail this one forward if I fail the scenario, but the way things are going so far, this seems to be going pretty well. Knock on plastic to hope it all finishes that way. Bringing us back to the present. Most of our guard moves on alert mode have been pretty significant. I think our smallest move so far has been 4. So if we get a 4, let's see, he would move 1, 2, 3, probably turn 4. So I'm going to make sure Snake is out of range of that. So he's going to sneak 1, and I'm going to refresh his focus tokens for 2, 3, and let 4 go to waste. As for Meryl, she's going to dash, so I can make sure I get out of line of sight so that when he turns and peeks in the door, he's not immediately peeking in at her. And then 2, 3, 4 are also going to go to waste. Then we resolve another guard, and our next guard order card. Guard radio's in, so we get another one on the board. Camera changes, guard moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to turn and attack Snake. With 2 dice, Snake's defense is a 3. Yikes. Well, we'll use the -2 to make the 3 a 1. So Snake at least only takes 1 damage. Which is something, I guess. Then this guard will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Well, we've got 8, 9, and 10 on the map now. We just need to make sure that our characters survive. And Snake will see about doing that with his 45 cal, trying to deal with this guard. That's a nat 6, so I work alone, not needed here. Action 2, he'll run that back. That's another nat 6, so guard goes bye-bye. Then he'll spend an action to refresh his -2. And he'll forfeit action 4. Yeah, he'll forfeit action 4. Now what do I want Meryl to do? Would be dash, sneak, shoot, dash. We'd probably use the light assault rifle too. The thing is, I definitely don't want her... Actually, I'd probably have to use her action focus token. So yeah, let's dash. Then we'll sneak to move over here. Then she's going to shoot with the assault rifle. Need a second die. That's a 1 and a 3. I'll use her +2 to make the 1 a 3 and take this guard out, which brings us up to 9 of 12. Then she'll dash again to get back in here. And that will probably be fine. Resolve a guard. Next up, guard's wakey wakey, camera changes, and guard moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be shooting at Snake. 5. So he's shooting at Snake. We'll use the -2 to make one of those a 1 and only take 1 damage. And then the other guard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're at 9 of 12. Everything comes back, and Snake's going to run it back. Action 1, he'll shoot. That's a nat 6, so 1 damage. Action 2, he'll run it back. That's a 5, so guard will go bye-bye. Bringing us up to 10 of 12 guards defeated. Action 3, he's going to use his rations for 2 damage, for two healing, and then discard this card. And action 4, he's going to refresh his -2. As for Meryl, 1 action to refresh her +2. 2, she's going to sneak, so I break line of sight. And then actions 3 and 4, I think, are going to go to waste. So we resolve a guard, which means we've now got the last guard we need. First up, the investigate tokens go on the map. Camera doesn't change. Guards move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that brings us back to us. Right, Snake is going to move 1 for a sneak. Then 2, he'll shoot with the 45 cal. That's a 5, so 1 damage. Action 3, he'll shoot again. 2, and I Work Alone will proc. So that'll make that guard go away. That'll bring us up to 11 of 12. And then action 4, he's going to sneak back, so he's hidden. As for Meryl, there's really nothing for her to do right now. So I think we just sit tight for the time. I think Meryl will just sit tight for the time being. Then we'll put a new guard out as a guard radios in. Next up, guard radios in again. Cameras aren't relevant for the scenario. Guards are moving 5. So he moves first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We just need to kill this guard and we'll get out of here because we need 12 guards. We either need 12 guards or we need either 12 guards or reach objective C, then reach the exit. So Snake's going to sneak out for 1. Then he's going to start shooting. Action 2 with the 45 cal. That's a 2. I Work Alone will make that a 3 to put 1 damage there. Action 3, he'll run it back. That's a 1, which the +2 will make that a 3, and that will take out the guard, which is our 12th guard, so we have cleared the scenario now. Very nicely done. So 12 guards were defeated, which means we get equipment card 4. So let's see what equipment card 4 is. So equipment card 4 is a stun grenade. For 1 action, we can toss this into a space in line of sight within 5 spaces. Replace each guard within 2 spaces in line of sight of the target space with a stun, then discard this card. But it's loud, so we'd have to place our alert under the figure. And we get the stage 3 outro. Snake headed to the lower levels. Long experience in infiltration brought him to the right wall as described by the DARPA Chief. A couple of breacher charges in strategic places would bring it down without killing everyone on the other side. He retreated back around the corner, hit the detonator, and waited a moment for the reverberations to cease. He'd have to be quick, of course. That was far from silent. Inside, a battered and bruised man was bound to a steel column by wires. He seemed unconscious, possibly deafened by the explosion, but as Snake reached up to take a closer look, the man startled, eyes wild. "No! Don't touch the wires!" "C4!" exclaimed Snake as he trailed his eyes over the intricate wire maze that bound President Baker. A charge was taped to the corner of the room, and another, and another. The hammer of a gun clicked as Snake leaped back just in time to avoid the whizzing bullet. "That's right," said a voice behind Snake. "Touch the wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man." Snake whirled to see an elderly man in a long, black trench coat wielding a shiny revolver. "Revolver Ocelot," the man announced, whirling his revolver in an intricate pattern. "Behold, the greatest handgun ever made, the Colt Single-Action Army." He emptied the chambers and reloaded in a single flourish and flipped the handgun into the holster at his lap, hands held at the ready. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Snake turned to face Ocelot. Their hands inched closer and closer to their weapons. Draw! And on our next episode of Metal Gear Mondays, we'll have our first boss stage as we take on Revolver Ocelot. So that'll be later this afternoon sometime. I don't know exactly when that'll be yet. The only thing I know is that it will be later today. As for what else is coming up on the channel, Wednesday we're playing Age of Innovation from Feuerland Spiel. And Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the... We'll finish out of the Star Wars Life Day cookbook as we make the drink, Bantha Milk Hot Chocolate. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.